words in my mouth because you don't know.
Let's fuck some shit up since you want to sit here and be a petty.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who's B, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 4 Episode 14, and let's get right into the video. So the episode left off on a cliffhanger last night with, the vote showing Timmy and Andy in the bottom with Bria and Maddie in the bottom. So it was up to the Islanders to pick one girl and one guy to save out of those two. And obviously they saved Timmy because obviously he has like a super strong relationship, connection with Zeta, and obviously they don't want to break that up. Over Andy, who, just rekindled his, connection with Maddie. Now, the surprising thing that they did was that the girls were, chose, and that Zeta was the one vouching for Bria to stay. And I guess, not enough votes or not enough, consensus was on Bria to stay over Maddie. So therefore, the girls chose to save Maddie over Bria, which was kind of surprising because I was just like, what? I wasn't like, what? But I was just like, oh, okay. Because you really would have thought, like, okay, they saved Timmy for Zeta and Bria for Jeff. Or, and then allow Maddie and Andy to go. You know what I'm saying? Since, what's going on. So, obviously, Maddie and Andy had their little goodbyes. And then Jeff and Bria, they're kissing too. Like, obviously Jeff gave Bria like a goodbye kiss, and you were just like, how did that happen so quickly? Like, what? But anyway, that happened. Maddie was super sad, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Andy's gone, blah, blah, blah. Like, if Maddie felt so super strong for Andy, she should have left with him. Like, I don't really understand, like, you can feel sad for him leaving, but if you're crying, like, oh my gosh, it was something so good, da, 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 and this is why to open up, da, da, da. Like, if you really felt that way about Andy, you should have just left. Like, the only reason why you stay is because you think something is better than Andy's going to come along, and then you're going to find a connection with them. Because if you really, were like, okay, I like Andy, Andy's my number one, da, 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 da. In this situation, you would just up and leave because, you feel so strongly about him. But obviously, you kind of feel like, okay, just stick out with the situation and maybe a new connection will happen. So, everybody's in their couples, everybody was in their couples and they were saying goodbye to Andy and Bria. And then Bria was just like, under different circumstances, her and Timmy would have worked. I don't know about that, but, we move, she's gone, Chaz and Bria were crying so hard. And I'm just like, the siblings needed to be split up or, sent home because we couldn't have any more of that, no more siblings on the same show like that. No. Goes to Timmy and Zeta and they're talking because obviously, Timmy was just basically like vulnerable to go home, and they were just talking about the relationship, and Timmy was just like, I wasn't really thinking about that, I was just thinking about our relationship, our connection. And he's basically in the little clubhouse talking about, he's gonna like cherish every moment he has with Zeta and da 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 da. And everybody's getting to bed now, and then Zeta's like, she doesn't want to sleep in the same bed as Jeff, so basically they're just going to be doing day beds until it's time to recouple. Like, Zeta and Timmy are just like, they're like this. They're going to be doing day beds until the time to recouple. So obviously they were like, Timmy got all the bedwear and he like brought it outside to day bed, made the day bed with Zeta, and then they all slept outside. They slept outside. Then the rest of them slept inside. Then just a regular day, everybody's chilling, nothing really happening. Maddie, who gets a text that 3 new Islanders are coming into the villa. So we have Jared, Nadja, and Kat coming into the villa. So, with that being said, I believe Catherine texted Isaiah for her entree, and then she texted Chaz for her dessert. Nadja texted Jeff for her entree, and then she texted Isaiah for her dessert to make her dessert, prepare her dessert. And then for Jared texted both Maddie and Deb. So Maddie for the entree, Deb for dessert. So Isaiah getting texted twice. It's kind of like, Sydney, especially after what happened in the hideaway, all that jazz and what was being said before the hideaway. She's feeling some type of way. So everybody's getting ready for these 3 new arrivals. They're making dinner. Jeff made steak, potato, baked potato, and some corn. Isaiah made some, fettuccine pasta. Maddie made some tacos. Like, okay. So Isaiah and Catherine seems to be getting it on, getting off, like talking. Sydney up top listening and watching them. Basically everybody who wasn't picked was watching, spectating everything that was going on. Jeff and Nadja talking. Nadja was born in Colombia, but she has been living in Georgia since she was 5 years old. So they're just talking and, whatever. And then Jared and Maddie are talking and, Maddie's like, oh, you came at the right time because, that's her type. Jared is basically her type. And, obviously since Andy left, she's getting like a boost of confidence or whatever back in her. So the thing is that we get to the preview, and in the preview, it looks like Sydney and Serenity had a little tiff, a little back and forth argument. Seems like Isaiah is like feeling, the girls, and he's basically trying to like tell Sydney like, oh, if any guy comes in, and you like, wouldn't you feel a connection? That's your type or something like that. Wouldn't you feel a connection with them? Blah blah blah. And like Sydney's like, it's like, why are you putting words in my mouth? Da, 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 da. Thing is that the only reason I kind of feel bad for Sydney is because of what transpired. Because I believe Isaiah dropped, he said that he loved her. And then obviously what happened in the hideaway, with those two adding up, they did kind of move a little bit fast, for doing all that stuff in like these early stages. But I feel kind of bad because just like, if he really ups and drops her when in the villa after all that transpired, that's just like nasty, bro. That is so nasty. Everybody in the villa knows what happened, so everybody's like, he better not like, think too hard or breathe too hard, blah blah blah, because everything that happened. So obviously Sydney's feeling some type of way, so she definitely has a right to feel some type of way, especially with everything that was said and done, within her and Isaiah's, relationship in the villa. I don't know what the tiff between Serenity and Sydney is about, but we'll have to see in tomorrow's episode. This episode was pretty like a precursor to whatever's going to transpire. All I gotta say for me is that Zimmy's up, Zimmy's back. I feel like they're back into, the people that they come to for advice. Zeta is always the one who's giving the girls advice, and now, Timmy, he seems like he's settled down now. He's not gonna move too crazy now, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, this was a okay-ish episode. Seems like it's going to be a little bit more interesting in the next episode tomorrow. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.